Hey everyone, I got this Joyor G5 electric scooter, which is a 48 volt, 750 watt scooter. I'm gonna admit this is a bit slim. It's kind of like a GoTrax body, and all the internals are all the way down here. I ended up opening it by pulling out this plastic cover, which is held in by a couple of screws here. And after pulling these out and popping some of these tabs, this plastic part comes right out. Also, some of the wires come through here as well, so just make sure that's all together when you're looking at this. This particular one has an issue with the controller and the throttle. It didn't turn on, and I ended up finding out that those were the pieces that were the issue. Back here, you have the XT60 connector because the battery is in this slimline deck right here. And when you pull out over here, this is where the controller comes out. If you ever want to replace a battery on these, see looking through here, they fit this decent sized battery inside, like the maximum size that you could fit is right in there. What makes this difficult is you have to pull out a couple of screws for the stem and really separate this thing to pull the battery all the way out. So with everything out of the scooter, I tested the XT60 connector right here, and it came out to be 42 volts. When I plugged in my charger, the light turned red and it was charging. The previous charger wouldn't do that. However, with it at 42 volts, the scooter should have powered on, but it didn't. So went up here, tried holding it to turn on, no response at all. So I would try this one next. So here, still working on this Joyor scooter. What happened is I determined this controller was bad, so shorting it out. When I plugged this in, and I plugged a new TF100 in, this happened to start working, and the bare minimum I had was just this module, the motor wires right here, the 3 wires, and then this. Everything else, well, you got the battery here, and then all these other plugs are just disconnected. So I'm not really worried about the lights and all that. So now what I'm doing is I'm pulling this wire here. On the other side, I'm just going to pull on this wire. Okay, so I have this taped through. I did remove this plastic piece right here by prying it down with a screwdriver, and it looks like this. I also did pry up this right here to get that out. So now I'm hoping I can just pull on all of this and then feed this through. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna cut this. Yep, it's all here. This is good. Okay, so I use a couple of bolts. So I used this to take this off, or the old one off. And then I was able to take this off as well with the same one. And now I am just connecting this here and then trying it out. Okay. Still working. Turn it off. And now just putting this handlebar back in place and tightening all these bolts down up here. Putting the plastic cover on the upper stem up here, and then the lower stem down there. This is the controller I ended up using, and for the wiring, green to green, blue to yellow, and yellow to blue. All of this new stuff went back in just fine, and now just to put this plastic cover back in and we're good to go. Okay, so we have the charge port over here. We have this screw over here. Okay, so I wrapped the wire, fed the wires in here, put the screw back here and here. I know there's one more that's supposed to go here. I haven't tried it yet. So now, if I turn this on, all the way up to 43 kilometers per hour, which is pretty dang good. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.